Got the game from the old school. Focus on break no rules. Operate on my own truth. I've been making my own moves. I keep hearing this game saying you could be the one if you so choose. Got the game from the old school. Focus on break no rules. Operate on my own truth. I've been making my own moves. I keep hearing this game saying you could be the one if you.
Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. So, in this video, man, I kind of want to touch on the whole Amazon rainforest thing going on in Brazil. You got to just follow the money. That's what it really comes down to, man. Follow the money. They know that, that by doing this, it makes room for, as they say, out with the old, in with the new. Although the old is very beneficial and very crucial to the environment, they seem not to care. So they're just going to keep on doing what they're doing, at when it's all said and done. Now, the president of Brazil, the Bolsonaro guy, really right-wing, very very right-wing president, okay? Also exhibits fascism too. So, of course, he really doesn't care. Of course, he's going to say there's nothing he can do about the fires. He's going to say that, because when it really comes down to it, he wants the fires to be happening anyway. So with that said, he's going to do what he's going to do, in order for it to be fulfilled. Because you remember, we have to just look and reflect on, like, Brazil in the past, In Brazil in the past, we have to look at the simple fact that, you look at the Olympics, right? And you also look at the World Cup. In order for these events to take place, a lot of favelas had to be destroyed for it to happen. That's why I say follow the money. Because, for money, many things happen, man. And one of those things that happens is, destroying of communities, marginalized communities that unfortunately are, just have the crime of being black, mostly black and just different shades of brown. For those of you guys who don't know, Brazil is very, very much, similar to other places where you have, the desire for black people to get upward mobility through intermarriage with white people. And, although Afro-Brazilians and, mixed Brazilians are the majority, and the fully European Brazilians are the minority, you still have the minority in control. So with this being said, of course the minority is going to do what its head honcho master wants it to do. And we already know that the head honcho master is, of course, the United States of America. That's why the United States of America has been pretty mute on what is occurring. It's funny because you saw all this outcry for Notre Dame, right? But you really don't see that outcry for this Brazil situation, And the reason why is because, you know, the people who are in the Amazon, I mean, they have the unfortunate privilege of just being a brown people, of being a people that look like the Native Americans, in which were wiped out of this place right here, you know. And I'm going to go ahead and compare the Amazon situation to another situation, you know. A couple of other situations. You know, when you are dealing with, how should I say, when you're dealing with these crises, most of the time, you're going to find out what this country think about you. You know, you're going to find out what basically the world think about you in these crises. We learned that with Katrina, you know. It's crazy, you know, because Venezuela and Cuba, they offered Katrina like assistance, you know. They wanted to help Katrina's victims, but they, you know, they rejected the help. The United States government rejected the help for whatever reason. And the reason had to do with the fact that the victims, unfortunately, were majority black. Another instance is Hurricane Maria. You know, Akon came out and said he had a plan that would give power to Puerto Rico, will give electricity to Puerto Rico. The United States government rejected that plan. Okay? There was one more incident that happened. I'm trying to think. What was the other incident that happened where help was rejected? And these people unfortunately had the only crime of just being a black people. And when it comes down to it, when you look at Hurricane Maria, you know, that whole situation, I mean, black people, really, or let's just say quote unquote brown people. And I want to say this too, you know, if you look at the history and you look at the literature, you know, if you look at the literature of how, like, really, like, this country thinks about, like, Latin Americans, you know, you'll realize that, you know, y'all are not too much better off than us, like, black people, you know. I mean, they feel the same way, for the most part, that they do about us. It's just that the elite, they don't really feel that way about, because of the simple fact that they look like them, you know. Another incident is just like the earthquake in Haiti. You saw how they treated that, man. They really treated. Wyclef Jean did more to help than this country did. Cuba. Yeah, I believe Venezuela sent doctors over there because Haiti, they owe a debt to Haiti. Many people don't realize that, you know, Dessalines helped Simon Bolivar out. He told him, like, you know, we can give you some troops, we can give you some utilities to help you fight your battle for independence. All you need to do is just let slaves free, abolish slavery. And we don't want no money back. We don't want no monetary gains back, you know. And it must be said that, you know, as quiet as it's kept, the Ecuadorian flag, the Venezuelan flag, the Colombian flag, they were all like kind of designed the same way, because not only because of the region, but also because of the Haitian influence into that matter, you know. So I say this to say that this country will inadvertently show its racism and inadvertently show its favoritism in different ways. This Amazon situation is one of them, you know, because it also comes down to gentrification. You don't think that, like, after it's all said and done, when the smoke's clear, that these corporations are gonna not be in there? They're gonna be in there, man. They're gonna be all over that rainforest. I mean, when it comes to it, like, imperialism doesn't care about the environment. You know, the only thing imperialism cares about is its own gains. And the only thing that imperialism cares about is basically the material benefits that come from these things. There's one Nip Hustle line that if I was a tattoo man, I would tattoo it on my ribs probably. He said they wonder why we don't have faith in the system, because they look at us like a waste of existence. And I mean, that's true, you know. So I say this to say, and I'm going to end on this note, I say this to say that we shouldn't look for handouts from these people. We shouldn't look for handouts from this establishment. We gotta, like, really push through with what we got until we can get some more. That's what I really believe at this point in time. You know, we gotta just use what we got until we can get some more, you know, because I mean, that's the only way it's gonna work for us. It's not gonna work for us trying to ask Red Cross for assistance. It's not going to work for us trying to, like, you know, it's not going to work for us trying to, like, basically solicit ourselves for handouts, you know, to help us with our lot. You know, we know our lot better than anybody else does. So I say this to say that, you know, I mean, if we keep on looking at patterns, can we say really that aid has helped us? Can we really say that aid has, you know, made our countries better? We can't say that, you know. We cannot say that because of the simple fact we're still, in Africa especially, we're still going through the things that we should not have been going through. Or in the Caribbean, we're still going through things that we shouldn't be going through. Or in Latin America, we're going through things that we shouldn't be going through. You know, that we should have been buried a long time ago. But we're still going through them, man. And at the end of what this is showing that, you know, we have to be the in control of our own destiny, because we can't let anybody else control our destiny, because most people don't have our best interests at hand, you know. And I do blame us somewhat for being friendly, for being forgiving, you know. And just because you want to do for self, it doesn't mean you want to hurt anybody else. It just means that you know your reality better then anybody else can know your reality, and you know the reality of being in the belly of the beast, you know. And so that's why I feel the way I feel, you know. But anyhow, man, that's all I got. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know what you think of this, these happenings, you know, in Brazil. Fuller signing out. Njara.